Hey team, we're here for quads and glutes. This is primarily a glute workout today, with a little bit of quads sprinkled in. We have main compound lifts only, some accessory work and isolated work in the warm-up. So we will be warming up the adductors. We'll be doing some very lightweight stiff leg RDLs. We'll be doing some clamshells and things like that, just to really wake up the glutes and the quads. Like I said, a light weight is needed just for the warm-up portion. I also have a mini loop band. This is optional, so if you have it, grab it for the warm-up. In terms of workout equipment and things that you'll need today, I do have a shallow bench for hip thrusts. If you have to, you can use just a flat surface for bridging instead. So that's an option. But if you're taking this workout to the gym with you, your only options are mid-level benches like this. You'll probably need some sort of plate for the heels to elevate you and get you the right angle and the right height for your hip thrust. We have sort of like a hip thrust complex, if you will. So that's a standalone move. We've got stiff leg RDLs, so you could use heavy dumbbells or a barbell. I have both of those options. Set of 30s, my barbell, I've got a set of 20s, and I do have a 50 for heavy dumbbell sumo squats. These are squat pulses actually, so let me update that. Coming in at the end, and we have some B stance squats as well for that quad focus. So I will probably go 15s, 20s, maybe a 30 for that move. We're focusing higher reps, more endurance today. So let's go ahead and actually, let me just go ahead and start with my usual. Let's come to the top of that mat, reach it up nice and tall. Let's inchworm it out and hit those basics first. I did warm up, but I quickly get pretty cold. All right, this last inchworm, let's stay here in a high plank. Inchworm the feet toward the hands. And roll it up. Good. Let's grab our lightweight RDLs, because nothing's worse, honestly, than going into a stiff leg RDL super cold. So let's work on improving that range of motion. Remember, when you feel those hips back, once they can't go back anymore, you're coming up, babe. So let's stop thinking about how close we need to be to the ground. Let your body tell you where you're at. Take this opportunity right now in the warm-up and get that right. Yes, you're allowed to bend the knees. Remember, squeeze those glutes at the top of that rep. We've got one more. Up, squeeze, 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 hold. Notice I'm not hyperextending at any point, and I'm still engaging my glutes, even at the top of that rep. So there's no need to come up thrusting, hyperextending the spine, whether we're talking squats, RDLs, there's no need for it. So keep that spine and the low back nice and neutral. Head and neck always stay neutral, which means you don't have to keep the chin uncomfortably tucked. What I mean is keep a soft gaze, okay? So that we're not doing this shit at any point and looking like underneath and behind us with our head, okay? So just neutral, tucking chin to chest is a good cue for that. You don't have to take it literally though. So let's go ahead and get some seated abduction. I would even grab a loop band of like heavier resistance than you're normally used to. Let's get a nice seated position. Keep the heels tight. You can also use if you're taking this workout to the gym, the seated abduction machine, and just make sure you're on very lightweight, just getting a bunch of reps in here, getting that abduction and the outer glutes woken up a little bit. Yes, it does take a while for that burn, but once it's there, very, very difficult to isolate the glutes and properly warm them up, all right? Unless you're doing moves like this, banded walks, side raises, glute medius kickbacks, things like that. And because they're not included in the workout today, we're getting them done one way or the other. Woo. Oh, one more set, and then we're gonna get it going. Our first movement is gonna be those hip thrusts. So I'm gonna slide my bench in. My goal is to make progressions in my weight. And like I said, we're going 4 sets. This is a standalone, so we're not supersetting with anything. Good. Last set in our warm-up. I'll give you 30 seconds to breathe, get a drink, stretch out anything else. All right, awesome. So we have sets of 8. We have 8 full reps, 8 half reps or pulses, and then an 8-second isometric hold. So that's a lot of tension. Maybe kick things off with not necessarily a warm-up set, but your first set using a weight that you know you can do, and then make progressions from there. Pressure-free, stress-free. Again, let your body kind of tell you what it needs today. If you let your body really guide you through a workout and you're looking to reach that challenge point, your body will tell you what you need to do in order to get there. We do have some AMRAP movements. I love AMRAPs because it takes the pressure off completely, hitting a certain number of reps. So if you fail at 2, you fail at 2. If you're picking up a weight you're unfamiliar with and it scares you, and you get even 1 rep, if you hit a 1 rep max, great, you're winning. That's what an AMRAP set is for. And that's going to be coming for stiff leg RDLs. Here we go, set number 1. 8 full. 8 half. 8-second hold. Awesome. That was a really good first set. That gave me a really good idea of my progression path. I did reach fatigue. I do want to reach the point where I'm like shaking a little bit, because that excites me. Rest up to 2 minutes. I am going to grab my 30. Eventually I want to progress to my 50-pound dumbbell and my resistance ropes. This is set number 2 of 4. So today's all about taking risks that scare you a little bit, kind of like in life. Nothing really exciting ever happens when we're just like staying in our comfort zone, retreating into only what we know. Let's expand our comfort zone today. Let's just expand and see what happens, right? Because if you're confident in your form technique, what's the worst that could happen? You fail early? That's the goal. The goal is to max out a little bit today and train very close to failure. So if you're not doing that, if you're not able to achieve that, you're gonna eventually adapt and not see as great of results as you could. So how can you get more out of what you're doing in 30 minutes without constantly thinking, oh, I need to do more, I need to get cardio in, I gotta get steps in. You don't have to do any of that. What you have to do is be in a constant challenge with the things that you do within the workout. Let's go. Set 2. 8 full. Eight half. 8-second hold. That's good stuff, you guys. 2 down, 2 to go. What do you want to accomplish in the next 2 sets? What's going to make you proud? Because I can guide you, I can show you. Ultimately, you're going to be the one picking up the weights and doing the work. So, set number 3. Eight half. Oh, that was good. That was right at the edge of my comfort zone, reaching that shaking point right at the iso hold. So that's the difference. Training till challenge is like, great, I finished that. That was a good burn. Failure is ugly face, struggling through the last couple sets, or reps, I'm sorry, last couple reps, your iso hold, really seeing that shaking going on, that's failure. Big difference. And when you start to understand the difference, you'll get a little bit more comfortable with that unknown. You get a little more comfortable with the discomfort. So let's smash this last set. Set number 4, we have 4 sets of RDLs coming. Give you a nice long recovery in between. Keep that chin tucked to chest. Body in a straight line. Half reps, here we go. Hold. Awesome work. Proud of you for accomplishing that, because it's not easy. Never was easy. Never will be easy. As you get stronger, nothing actually gets easier, if you haven't noticed. You just keep challenging yourself more and more. All right, so let's slide that out the way. We've got our stiff legs. So these are AMRAPs. Each set is as many reps as possible. So my goal is to fail early and go high volume. You can go high volume and fail early, or you can go low to moderate volume and stretch up to whatever. I wouldn't go beyond 20, let's be honest. So if you're easily getting 25, 30, like, that's just a waste of time at the end of the day. So grab, moderately challenging weights. Like, I'll start with 30s and probably get a lot of reps, but then I'm gonna grab my bar and fail pretty early. First AMRAP set, here we go. There's no right or wrong. There's no right or wrong. You wanna pick up that heavy shit now? All right, so I could have kept going, but I honestly don't want to be here all day. So I'm gonna find more of a challenge point with my bar for sets 2, 3, and 4. Again, there's no right or wrong. So if you've got time, you'd rather stretch yourself in terms of reps and endurance versus volume, that's your call. I'm gonna be, I I'd rather be done in 30 minutes or less. So if you have grips, or lifting straps, you may want to grab those. That is always the one thing that gets me. Without like a buffer exercise in between, like a superset. Awesome work. Woo. All right. My wrists and my forearms are probably gonna fail before my glutes, but it is what it is, you know. That was set number 2. We've got 2 more to go. 2 down, 2 to go. Rest for up to 2 minutes. In between sets, we've got B stance squats coming. That is going to be a superset style. So just flowing one side into the other side for 3 sets. And then we finish with our 3 sets of heavy dumbbell sumo squat pulses, 15 to 20. So pretty good mix, I would say, of high volume, high endurance, or high rep. So here's your opportunity to push volume and intensity. Set number 3, here we go. Set number 3, done. We've got 1 more set. Stretch out the forearms and the wrists. I know, it'll be my forearms and wrists failing too before my lower half does. But remember, there's no right or wrong set amount of reps. You fail when you fail. The goal is to just do your best. Find that point where you can literally say, did I go for 1 more? If I went for 1 more, then I'm proud of that. Even if I failed, getting it done. There we go. Damn it. Was going for 4, didn't make it. Wrist strength sucks. What are you gonna do? What you gonna do? 4 sets, done. Oh, I almost just went right to the sumos. Okay. B stance, squats. We've got 8 to 10. 8 to 20, 8 to 10. So 1 foot comes forward, 1 foot staggered, and then behind, similar to Bulgarians, except body position more upright. You're coming down, straight down like an elevator, engaging both cheeks at the top of the rep. 95% of the work in that front leg. These actually kill my quads way more than Bulgarians do. All right. So obviously what you do on one, you must do on the other. Give you guys a side view so that you can see the path that I'm traveling in my reps, and then how my other glute comes in at the top. Engage, hold before going right into the next set or the next rep. Down, 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 up, engage. Good. Notice, not once did I lock out the knee. I keep everything slightly bent like this, even at the top of the rep. So we're never locked like that. You never want to come up, boom, and do that. Soft. Do you see the difference? Soft knee, straight leg. No need for it. You want to keep all of the engagement there all throughout. Increasing time under tension. Last set, I'll give you that side view again. You don't have to be married to a specific number of reps, just stay within your range. that's how you really reach that point of like shaking and quaking without even using a lot of weight or even doing a ton of reps. Like just a slow, controlled tempo really, really, really goes a long way. So with these pulses, I want you focused on your angle. So a slight forward hinge all throughout. We're not deadlifting, so we're not here and hinging forward. We're keeping everything kind of like locked in a particular starting point. So for me, this is my comfortable starting point. I might hinge slightly, and now I'm traveling straight down, okay? So that's the difference between coming up in an upright position and staying hinged without rounding the back or the shoulders. So I'm gonna grab this guy, keep it tight to the body. Arms are always tight to the body. And pulse. 15 to 20 reps. Yeah. Holy shit. 15 reps. It's a lot. Oh, set number 1 is done. Rest up to 2 minutes. Set number 2 is coming. Again, it's more important to stay in the right position all throughout. Get the right engagement. Outer glutes. Boom. Somewhat inner thighs. Somewhat. Alright, so if you're getting it like more in the quads, more in the low back, more in the hamstrings, you probably need to get a little bit wider, point the toes slightly out, but not totally duck-footed, all right? So somewhere in between, straight and totally like a duck. Make sure you keep that core nice and tight. Dumbbell tight to the body. Set number 2, done. Now I really want this last set to burn. Stretch it beyond your comfort zone in terms of reps. So for me, I'm gonna try to get closer to 20. But that doesn't matter if I'm losing engagement or not engaging properly the right muscles. So let's focus on time under tension, focus on tempo, focus on the proper angle. Core's tight, dumbbell tight to the body, feet placement, go. Halfway. Damn. Quads and glutes. You fucking nailed it. You did it. You set out to do something hard and challenging and you rocked it. Slay the rest of your day. Hydrate, stretch, eat, move, Eat your protein, eat your carbs, hydrate, stretch out, don't get hurt. Get your steps in. I'll see you next time.